Not gonna lie, I could probably do this on Heroic now that I think about it, now that I have Ashen Hollow. And Ashen Hollow resets between every boss fight, right? So, yeah, this is my Liquid character. One Zamdin. Herald of the Titans. Team Liquid. Who's online right now in Liquid anyway? Dryny 3, Dryny 4. Oh no. I see some multi-boxing going on for some renown spam. Dude, it's so fucked up. World First guilds are like just right now after they announced the token system that they're gonna do with tier set pieces. It's fucking crazy, man. How those guys have to prepare for like the worst case scenario, even though nothing's really confirmed in the PTR at the moment. It's crazy, dude. Like I think even Sloot was saying, right? Like he has to now make multiples of his tanks, I think, just in case, and get them to renown 80. And Limit's been doing it for a while now. Limit and Echo have both been creating multiples of their mains. It's almost like Legion all over again, to be fair. Remember in Legion, a lot of World First Race to World First guilds had to level like 2 or 3 mages to see which one gets the better legendary for Prague and stuff. And I think right now the tier tokens are only tradable, I think, if you have that token. So yeah, it's gonna be like Giga Split runs now. Yeah, I can't even see Big Dumb Guild or Method being more prepared than Liquid or Echo for this tier based on that alone. Because like I said, those two have already been preparing. Like yeah, right there. There's already there's like a paladin in Liquid whose names are 3 and 4, grinding renown. Why? Because there's a possibility that Dryny 3 might get two set, and Dryny 4 might not. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Sounds like total fun. Oh, it's horrible. I mean, I think the token system is fun for just the average cutting edge raider or AOTC normal mode LFR raider, but it's definitely bad for these Race to World First guilds. Like after that blue post was made, I don't even think Big Dumb Guild and Method and Pieces were even expecting that. But apparently Limit and Echo were, because they've already been preparing for it, which is crazy. It's easier than ever to get max renown on all covenants on main now. Why have alts for it still? Well, because there's a possibility that one of your alts gets lucky and gets 2-piece set before your other alt gets it. So someone like I'm Fired Up, right, who plays like a mage or something. Let's say I'm Fired Up. His 3 main tunes are like mage, boomkin, warlock. Ideally, all he would have to do on a normal raid tier is just level his boomkin, all 4 covenants 80, mage, all 4 covenants 80, warlock, all 4 covenants 80. That's a lot of renown. That's like 200 plus renown. But now with the way that the tokens are structured, he now has to make another mage, another warlock, another boomkin for more split runs. In the event that one of his 2 boomkins, one of his 2 mages, one of his 2 warlocks, or one of 3. I don't even know how many characters they're fucking making. This guy who's logged in right now, his name is Dryny 4. Maybe 4 is what Limit's doing. 4 of the same fucking class. That's 300 and like something renown you have to farm before 9.2. Like, how fucking crazy is that? But you know what though? Realistically, they're being paid. They're being paid all year round. A lot of the Liquid members. Even THD Lock was in our channel. He confirmed that, like, with the new Liquid deal, Liquid members are actually being paid all year round. So when it's your job, you got to work. And if your job is, if you're one of the main DPS of Liquid, you better hope you have 2 or 3 of each class that you plan on playing, and all of them got to be max renown on all covenants. Crazy, right? Crazy. Yeah, I can't see Big Dumb Guild members doing that or Method members doing that. No fucking way. For example, Prop Paladin will never go Necrolord or Night Fae. 100%. But the mentality of a World First Raider is if there is, if there is more than a 0.0% chance that you could play that covenant for a specific fight for progression, it has to be ready. Crazy. I know. It's nuts. If the percentage is not 0, then you have to level it. No way everyone does that. Well, not everyone, but Liquid and Echo do. They do that. I mean, look at Sloot. Sloot's been hitting 80 renowned on every one of his tanks for every covenant. Even though he knows damn well he's not going to be a Night Fae. But in the event that somehow Night Fae is needed for, like, the Dreadlord fight, and he's not 80 renowned, then that's bad for them. Still, yeah, several months to farm that out. So why cry now? No. It's not crying. It's the matter that the system doesn't cater to them, so they have to do what it takes. They didn't know about this token stuff months ago. Most of those raiders were like, doing fucking like variety streaming and shit and variety games, just relaxing. I don't think you're understanding the situation. Yeah, it's a 1% issue. No one else has a problem with this but them. So now there's a possibility that someone like Sloot, who is the main tank and I think is now also a part raid leader of Big Dumb Guild, he might now have to make a second Paladin, a second Demon Hunter, a second everything of all the tanks in the event that one of his tanks only gets 1 tier piece and the other one gets 2-piece set. So, I mean, Blizzard could, like I said, Blizzard could make some changes to alleviate the issue. But I don't think they're going to make those changes because those changes only affect that small percentage. We'll see. Well, you can tell, man, Blizzard is still not done with 9.2. They still don't even know what they want to do with half the systems in that shit, man. Yeah, so, I mean, for those World First guilds, like, pretty much heroic splits and splits just increased by, like, a shit ton. Because don't forget, they have to run splits now for normal mode, too, not just heroic. Just like with, same thing with shards, right? Normal mode 2-piece set is better than not having any 2-piece set at all from heroic. Oh, I know the game shouldn't be balanced around them. It shouldn't at all. I just feel bad for them. Part of me feels better, part of me doesn't because they're being paid, but not everyone's being paid. Like, put it this way: look at it from the perspective of either Method, Pieces, or Big Dumb Guild. Right? They're not being paid salary all year round, like Liquid is. I don't even think Echo is, to be fair. Echo just does it because they're fucking Europeans and they're out of their fucking minds. Like, it's pretty degrading to know that there's only 2 guilds in the world that can put in that kind of effort and be compensated for it. That to me is like the downside of the race to World First. Is that, nowadays the race to World First is kind of being determined on who has the most time and who's being compensated for that time for them to be able to put in that effort. Echo gets salary? Oh, okay, good. There you go. I don't think Big Dumb Guild, though, does. So, I mean, if Echo never dies and Liquid never dies, then basically every race to World First for our entire existence in WoW is going to be just Echo versus Liquid. Liquid versus Echo. Back and forth. Unless in the future, some sort of esports team picks up Big Dumb Guild that's not Golden Guardians, or someone picks up Pieces that's not whatever and gives them the same salary resources that the other guilds have. Paid to win World First. I wouldn't say paid to win, but you could make the argument. You could probably make the argument for sure. I mean, let's say before any esports teams ever got involved in the race to World First, World First race was still determined by the same factors, right? Which guild put in the most hours, which guild put in the most time. Remember when there was World First races where, like, it was decided just by a simple thing like, oh, this healer, one of our main healers in Method, wasn't able to prog the first 4 hours of our raid because Mount, unfortunate, because he had to go to work, he had to go to his job, right? That's not a problem anymore. That's now not an issue. I mean, can you actually sit there and say, is the race to World First pay to win? You could say it is, almost, ideally, because No other guilds can get the resources that those two top guilds have to put in that much time, right? Like, if those players in Liquid and Echo weren't being paid salary and they couldn't do what they're doing now and get paid to farm 800 renown, what position would they be in, right? Like, it might be a tighter race. Who knows? They might not even have the same roster for that matter. But that's a very good debate to have. Is Race to World first pay to win? And then you factor in the bigger guild, the bigger your guild is in the Race to World first, the better community you have, the more that people in your streams will help you funnel, will help you get heroic splits, will give you millions of gold, loan you millions of gold to buy all the BOEs on the auction house. Other guilds can't do that, but the top two can. Yeah, so I mean, all sports have this. It's normal. I mean, I guess they do have it if you're speaking from like a salary cap standpoint. You would say then Limit and Echo have a bigger salary cap than the rest of the guilds, so they're able to spend more money on better players and better resources, right? That would be that would be the comparison. Like Trill would be like the fucking, I don't know, like Giancarlo Stanton salary of Liquid players. That's what's unique. That's what's unique about the Race to World first. You can prep for an advantage. Yeah, but it's not just preparing. You can prep because you have the money to do so, though. Right? Your advantage comes from monetary value and time because of that monetary value. You take the money away, then what happens? I mean, we're talking about these players are going to, like, facilities where they're being fed, they're being, showered, they have their hotel rooms and their suites, and they have whatever they want for those 10 days. And then on top of all that, it's not even a fucking global release still. Right? Like, what the fuck? It's still not a global release. See, tournament servers, though, takes away from the Race to World first in general. Because now you're going to have two winners. You're going to have the best guild in World of Warcraft in regular WoW, and then one on the tournament realm. Like, I don't know. And on top of that, Blizzard can't intervene. Blizzard can't just say, oh, well, Echo and Limit are just literally in every single race for the last 4 or 5 years. Let's just put both of them in a tournament realm and let the other guilds have their regular Race to World first in regular WoW. I don't think it's pay to win. I mean, it really is. The more I talk about it, the more I'm convincing myself it is. Yeah, I mean, some people even have trouble calling the Race to World first an esports event because, a normal esports event in any other game has like a set number of teams, a set number of organizations, all against each other, bracket style, right? Like, WoW is just different. It's like it's its own animal. It's its own thing. It's kind of like just uncharted territory. Blizzard can normalize item level when you enter a raid, so it wouldn't make a difference on the gear farming side. Yeah, but that takes away from just the fundamental part of World of Warcraft, doesn't it? Working your way through the gear to get to the raid to kill the bosses. That's probably not a system that you can really just change on the fly. I mentioned he hates heroic splits. Oh, of course, man. Wait, you think Max likes heroic splits? Man, none of those players like heroic splits. Like I'm in, a lot of us content creators, we're in the same Discord, and we're always talking to the community team at Blizzard all the time about our feedback and shit. And none of those guys from Liquid like heroic splits. They're all actually angry that they have to run more heroic splits this tier than I think they've ever ran before. Like, no one wants to do that. I'll wait for you guys inside. Don't pull the boss until everyone's here, please. Thank you. Heroic releasing the same week as Mythic as a solution to avoid it. Yeah, that would actually work. That'd be interesting, actually. I never thought about it like that. And now all this is just now, All because tier sets came back, dude. They don't have to choose to. No one is holding them at gunpoint. That's not really an argument. They're part of an organization that they are contracted to win Race to World First. That's what they're being paid for. They're being paid to be the best guild in World of Warcraft. It's not gunpoint, but it's pretty close to it. Because if that one player doesn't do it, someone else is going to get signed to do it anyway. Like I said, money's involved. It's almost like it's pay to win. Right? When people think of pay to win in any other game, right? It's like pay to win is this person paid to have a bigger advantage and to be better than X amount of people. So you could say the Race to World First is pay to win because these two guilds are getting paid money. They have the resources. They have all the gold, all the players, all the fans, all the community over the other 15 guilds that could possibly be in competition if they maybe also had the same advantage. Good conversation to have. I like to see someone like Asmongold or even Max talk about that. Like, is the Race to World First pay to win?